Here with me today, I have someone with a personal account with the person or creature, Harley James Heading.
I was just walking to the queue fair with him, just about to eat my lunch. 5 hard-boiled eggs. I was looking forward to it so much. I was starving. I was so hungry. I hadn't eaten all day. I sit down at the table with him, and I notice my hard-boiled eggs, they're gone. I look around, search everywhere for them, look in my pockets, they're not there. I look over at him. He has 5 egg-shaped things hidden, stuffed into his cheeks, and he's drooling everywhere as he says, "I love human eggs." I really wanted those eggs.
Hello, sir. Good evening. Would you mind telling us the accounts and stories you have on this elusive creature?
Well, there's multiple accounts here. Let's see, my earliest encounter is when I really first started, I first experienced this strange behavior. It was back in the 14th of August of 2022. I was out and about in the summer of 22, and I was trying to find an ice cream van. I heard it from a few blocks down, and I was really fancying an ice cream. So I found the ice cream, and I was walking up to it. It was just down the street. I'd say like no less than 20, 30 meters away. And I look away at something. I can't remember exactly what. But I remember I look back, and Harley was just already there. There was no footpaths or anywhere that he could have come from. And but he was somehow already ordering at the ice cream van. I thought this was very strange. I didn't see him walking up. Um, but when I got closer, I heard him ordering what he wanted from the ice cream van. And it turned out he was ordering an insect ice cream with 7 flakes. Now, I've got reports that this is rather strange. A lot of people have said this is not a normal thing to order from an ice cream van. And I personally agree. Um, so from there, I've seen him about, but not that much, until my next big encounter, which was at the 23rd of June, 2023. See, I was I was in hilly fields, and I was taking a nice stroll in the summer air. It was roughly a year later, and I hear a rustling in the bushes beside me. I look over. There's no sort of footpaths or anything, so it wouldn't have been a normal place to see a person. So I assumed it was an animal, maybe a fox or a rabbit. I look over, and what I saw was really quite strange. I saw Harley crouching down in a bush, and I, I got really quite scared. So I lowered my voice, and I hid behind a tree, and I observed. Um, and what I saw next really frightened me. I saw him open his mouth and spring out his tongue to catch a bird nearby branch. He reeled in his tongue and he ate the bird whole. It was really quite frightening to see, personally, and I didn't know what to do. So I tried my best to be quiet and escape that situation. And from then on, I started to record and try and better observe Harley. So a few months later, in October 17th, it's mid-autumn time by now, so it's getting a bit chillier. And but the thing is, it wasn't cold enough that everyone was wearing big coats. So most people were wearing sort of thin jackets, or if you're talking about in school environment, I'd probably say like just blazers or small thin jackets. Where I was in town and I saw Harley in full Eskimo attire, and everyone knows that lizards are cold-blooded creatures. So for him to have very insulative clothing on in not that cold weather, it, it it's dots that are connecting. You know, it's there's places, there's gaps to be filled, and these sightings are filling those gaps. And my most recent encounter with Harley, the beginning of me trying to actively track down and gather information of Harley. So I set out and I grabbed my trusty notebook and I tried to find some real dirt on Harley. So I tracked him and I carefully observed and I followed him for about 20, 30 minutes until he went down a strange dark alleyway. And what I saw next was really quite frightening. See, I saw him crouched down in an alleyway and I couldn't believe my eyes. He had scaly skin, scaly green skin, and I saw him climbing down a manhole into the what I assumed to be the sewers. This was really quite strange. But those are just some of the accounts that I've observed Harley with some very strange sort of, don't know what you'd even call them, behaviors, very strange behaviors. But that's all I've got.
Wow, that was truly fascinating and amazing discoveries you found there, Sar.
Yeah.
I thank you for your time. Good night to you.
Thank you. Thank you.